I don't know if you can see my hands. This is,
your hands.
yeah, this button had to be rigged. All of these knobs are actually turned, right?
Well, that's actually, we built a version of the radio as the radio was, I think, literally the first project that was ever built. And then Will Nunez, our...
Welcome to the Foo Show. You know, the Foo Show, right? The Foo Show. The Foo Show featuring Will Smith. And not the Will Smith you think I'm talking about. A different Will Smith completely, entirely. I don't know why they say Will Smith. Like somebody else has the name Will Smith. Yeah, right. I'm very interested to see how this all plays. Although, okay, it looks like it's a 20-minute episode. We'll welcome Sean and Jake from Campo Santo to talk Firewatch. Come into the show with us. Interesting to see what this would be exactly. I don't want to spend the whole video jumping into this, so this is going to be just a teaser to try to see what it is.
Hey gang, and welcome to the preview episode of the Foo Show. I'm your host, Will Smith. We will be here, well, later this summer, every week with interesting folks who make TV, movies, video games, a whole lot more cool stuff. But first, our very first guest for our very first show, dear friends of mine, John Vanneman, Jake Rodkin from Campo Santo. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, Will.
Thanks for having us. This is amazing.
Happy to be in your cyber realm.
We've made like this weird, kind of terrifying version of Max Headroom.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
it's nice.
it's much more. I could be here for a while. I feel good here.
First, we should explain what Firewatch is.
Yes.
Oh, we should.
It's cool, but I'm in the
Jake?
ground, like always.
So, Firewatch is... Oh, man, where do I start? Firewatch is a first-person
Yes.
story-based video game. You play as a man named Henry, whose life kind of takes some bad turns, and he takes a job out as a fire lookout, where you work in a fire lookout tower. He's working out in the Shoshone Wilderness in Wyoming. In Firewatch, you're... Do you want to pick up?
Oh yeah, it's a first-person adventure. It's a first-person adventure game where you experience a story over the course of like 4 or 5 hours, walking around a contiguous outdoor space, and your only like point of contact is a woman named Delilah who you talk to over a radio.
But anyway, let's roll the clip and show people what Firewatch looks like.
This is just walking around in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Hi, clip. Oh my gosh, there it is.
I thought about just actually putting a...
So, I'm just going to talk real quick while they're talking. It looks like this is just kind of like a really cool way to have a chat room where you are part of the group, and I'm sure you can walk around and see it as well. The problem is, for me right now, is just very simply that I'm in the ground, and part of that's because my tracker's up higher, and that's because of the old DK2 settings. With the new 1.3, the tracker being up makes a problem, so as you can see, I am farther down. The best way to solve that is to move your tracker. What's very interesting, though, is just how their models look. It's really, really cool. It's certainly going to be something that they're going to have to fix with their elbow joints locking up and their hands looking kind of weird. Other than that, it's a great idea, and being able to have 3D space to see people and talk on a virtual reality show is exactly the kind of stuff that, I don't know, I think is amazing. As I said, I'm going to end the video now. I hope you guys enjoyed just the brief little look here on what the Foo Show is with Will Smith. So it looks like it's going to be a nice, interesting, personal space that you can jump into and feel kind of interested and connected to other VR developers out there. Oh. Wait a second. I'm glad I didn't switch it.
I'm clumsy, my head's a mess, 'cause you got me growing taller every day. We're giants in a little man's world. My heart's pumping up so big that it could burst. I'm trying so hard not to let it show, but you got me feeling like...
Yeah.
Everything has a really... It's
This
gorgeous.
is
It looks
awesome.
like,
okay, so you can actually
like,
pick
what
stuff
is
up
the
in the
process?
room.
This is one of the first props
VR.
Jane made.
Move around.
The process for this is that on this particular thing,
Wow,
the
I can actually
typewriter,
look at the
Ollie
same
Moss
thing at the same
did
time.
a 2D sketch, sort of in like
Wow.
the most Ollie Moss of ways. Just a very like sepia-toned 5x5 a little illustration, and then Jane sort of used that as the baseline for sort of prop fidelity and like, the feel that like the edges.
I just want to stop being a midget. I want to be up next to
them.
you. So.
And this kind of became the baseline for
Thanks.
most props.
She
This one right here.
modeled the arms for the keys.
No, twist. That is a texture. You're fooled.
Yeah, you were being
Oh,
tricked.
the arms for the keys inside.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. If you hold this up to your face and look inside, the keys all have arms.
Flip through it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you
'Cause
know,
we knew you'd be sitting really close to this guy.
like once she built one, You can just sort of.
I guess you copy and paste, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't handcraft each individual.
There's some cheats in there. Only the top and bottom rows have arms, and it gives you enough feeling of
Yeah.
there being sort of guts inside.
But like this was because like I mean, when Jane sits down to do a prop, she has to know anything that could possibly happen with it.
Mm-hmm.
So with this one,
Right.
like, we knew there was going to be animation based on top of it. Like Henry was actually going to like press these keys, so she had to put a lot more like oomph into it. Whereas like one of these boxes over here, like let me find something that I can pick up.
Whoa.
There's
got
got to be
real
stuff
loud.
that doesn't have a back, right?
So there's spatially
They
audio
might
as
have
well.
fixed a lot of it for the
Oh,
demo.
yeah.
No. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't have a back. Here you go.
Yeah, there you go. Like this was
This is like
this
a
is an
office organizer.
yeah, this is an aberration. This was never supposed to happen. Jane is cringing right now. That this is
No, sorry. We put it in so people could see, right?
yeah, no, for sure.
Here's the walkie-talkie. This is another fun one.
The process of this was the same as the typewriter, and it's a hero object. Oh, Dr. President. We should talk about Dr. President.
Talking about Dr. President. I'll hold on to Dr. President.
But like this had to be. I don't know if you can see my hands, but
This is your hands.
Yeah, this button had to be rigged. All of these knobs are actually rigged to be turned, right?
Well, that's actually we built a version of the radio as the radio was I think literally the first object that was ever built, and then Will Nunez, our prop modeler, did a total refresh on the radio and pumped up a lot of the details on it right at the very end of production.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about labels. Dr. President, there's a bunch of magazines over here.
Alright, I'm
Let
just
me grab it.
gonna-
Let me get.
I was totally into this and not freaking out until you touched the back of my head and my animal brain went, "Where are you?"
What is? What person is doing this to me?
10,000 years ago, this was not possible.
Well, I'm going to end it right there. That is just a really, really cool look at the Foo Show. I almost ended it early and didn't even get to see the coolest part, but the fact that you can not only talk to developers, but then bring your developers into their own 3D world and talk about their objects, and then allow other people to jump in, walk around, hear you with spatial audio, and then pick up your 3D models and then look at them. That is probably one of the most impressive things I've seen in weeks, if not this month. So I'm really, really excited about the idea to be able to go see developers' actions and ideas and just get kind of first-person views from them and actually see them move around and talk about things with their head and just to see all that kind of stuff. It really is important. And somebody who wants to develop myself, all the time in Unity and spending their days doing that, it's just really, really key to be able to see other people in the field that are doing those things and, of course, having those jobs and being able to get tips from them. It's probably the most invaluable thing that you can do. So very impressive. Good job, Will Smith. Once again, I can't wait to see the next one. That's it for this one, guys. Bye.